You know, one of the things that have always really intrigued me is how is it possible that when we're walking in a crowd that we can say, oh yes, that must be a Dutch person, that must be an English person, or now I think I'm going to be perhaps recognizing that might be a Bulgarian. I felt a very warm welcome in Plovdiv from the Plovdiv team around Zivko. And what I noticed from the start when I was picked up at the airport was the way the people were sharing their stories, that the storytelling was rooted in the history and the heritage of the place and the country, and out of that their personal story was arising and future perspectives were given. And this dance of acknowledging where we're coming from and how we're connected and the context of this city within Europe, it is a very natural flow of storytelling. And I don't recognize that much in Western parts of the world. Of course there are talented people, but here everybody I met kind of gave this kind of a context. So it seems like the history is on the one hand alive, but not in a way that it is pulling back, but it is actually like the joy of this is where we're coming from and this is the potential where we can move towards. We all have a right to be, and that there is a right for freedom, and how we express that freedom and how we organize ourselves for that can be different. So how are we designing it? This meeting is a step, and we're going to take next steps by having events around Europe where we come together with whoever show up and find these expressions, and it will culminate towards joining a global movement in September 2020, the Road to 2020, where we will be celebrating peace, the International Day of Peace, on the 21st of September 2020. And so we will have this flow of all these different kinds of European expressions of peace and unity of all kinds of different groups, whoever want to join, coming from different parts and visiting sacred places, normal places, places where we can be ourselves and have these deep conversations and joyful conversations, art forms, a heartfelt curiosity, who is the other and who am I? And in that interaction learning more about myself in order to be able to see how I can show up and serve the connection. So that's kind of like what makes my heart sing and what makes me joyful. Seeing how we each have some kind of a life purpose or a mission. So mine has to do with co-creation and connecting with all of life. So that's why, for me, the sounds of the birds that we are hearing is very important part of the interconnectedness and interrelatedness that I feel that is inherently in us as not only humanity, but as humanity as Earth.